Something snapped in my 17 male head today. Now I feel this cold indifference toward my 54 female mother. My mom and I have always had a very volatile relationship. My dad used to say it's because we both have confrontational personalities, but as I've grown up and observed her, I think it's because she doesn't respect or appreciate anyone beyond superficial means. When someone gives her advice, she takes it as an insult, a suggestion, don't even think about it. God forbid if she thinks she knows something, it won't matter what she reads or who she talks to about it, she will fight you tooth and nail to prove she's right. And by far the most insufferable thing she does is read into everything I say. It's exhausting. And before someone says to just walk away, I've tried, but she will just keep screaming my name until she has to come to my door, or until I go back to her and finish the argument. So, today I wake up and this is the conversation that started this month's screaming match. Mom, do you want French toast for breakfast? Me. No, I'm not hungry, but I am making that pasta for dinner so you don't have to worry about that. Cue the screaming about how I must not like her cooking and how we have to eat together, intersected with me trying to tell her to just make enough for herself. I got so mad because we were literally arguing about nothing again. I start screaming so loud I think both of our neighbors. I got super close, which I'm not proud of, and finished my piece. After I was done, she retorted back that I've never done anything for her, and I think it affirmed my belief she doesn't appreciate me because after that something snapped. All the anger flowed away, and when I looked at her I felt nothing. She told me to pack my things and leave, so I started to. And I was thinking about how I would miss the amenities of my home but not her. I only stayed because she called my nana and asked her to convince me to stay. I'm almost ready for college, I get good grades so I'll probably get some scholarships. I don't ask for anything, I help around the house, I don't know what's wrong with me. I acknowledge everything she's done for me, but I can't live like this much longer. I guess I'm just asking if this feeling will stay or go. When I look at her it's like I'm looking through her. She feels more like a roommate than a mother to me at this point. Thank you for reading. Too long did not read. After years of explosive fights over trivial things, today a switch flicked in my head and I feel nothing towards my mother. Will this feeling persist? This feeling of something inside you snapping happens to a lot of people who end up going no contact with their abusive parents once they move out of home. You're almost heading off to college, so mercifully you don't have to tolerate her abuse for much longer. Hang in there, I promise you things will get better. ETA, improved confusing wording. Your mom is abusive, dude. I'm sorry, she sounds like she has issues and she shouldn't be making them yours. As hard as it is, keep your head down until you can get away for college. See if your college has a therapist you can talk all this out with, 'cause I can guarantee this has left you with some unintentionally bad communication habits. Not saying any of this is your fault, but this sort of thing does leave an imprint on you in many ways, and you don't want this to rear its ugly head down the line with partners and kids, etc. This is her issue, not yours. Hope you get out of this situation. It sounds utterly exhausting. Look up histrionic personality disorder. The fighting for no reason part really hit home. Okay, your mother has a personality disorder. It's toxic, and her abuse will have lasting effects on you. I suspect you may have to endure the next 18 months, because the alternatives are worse. You should also look at narcissistic parents and see if their experiences resonate with you. Good luck, and prepare to do some healing after you leave. There really are some parents that you shouldn't try to maintain a relationship with. Sorry you have to deal with this. All I can say is, good on you for seeing those toxic traits in your mother. I just hope you're not overthinking the situation. She is your mother and some people are just like that. Just do your best to not become that. But also don't judge others so harshly because of it. I don't understand why everyone leaps to say go no contact with your mom. It's unrealistic and pretty irresponsible advice to give a 17-year-old when none of us know the wider scope of your life and your relationship. I know that I wanted to make the same decision as you at the same age, and I grew up with a very similar dynamic. I am glad I never did, because our relationship was able to repair itself over the years and I still have a mother in my life. Go off to college, it may get better, it may not. But know that you should at least give it a shot. Parents change quite a bit once their kids go off to college. I've experienced this with my mother as well, and now I'm 33 and we have almost no relationship at all. I attempted many times over the years to approach her differently or try new ways of communicating with her, but some people don't change for any reason. I'm sorry you are going through this, but it will improve when you have your own space and don't have to be forced into interactions with her. Stay strong. What you are feeling is self-respect. You hit the point where you aren't going to let someone dictate how you feel about yourself. And hopefully it won't go away. Sounds like you just reached that point where you just stop respecting your abusive mom. I had the same thing happen. It's like one day a fog lifted and all you can see is a petty lump of abusive shit. Before you head off to college, read the book Toxic Parents by Susan Forward. It's very eye-opening and healing for anyone in any kind of abusive relationship. That feeling is your mind protecting itself. Use the gray rock method with your mom. Join the Raised by Narcissist sub and read. You'll need therapy. I'm sorry you're in this position. Maybe trauma therapy would be a good place to start. Your mom is never going to get easier to deal with, but you can control how much it affects you, although it's hard. I had that moment when I was 15 with both of my parents. They weren't real anymore, just strangers who did the bare minimum and used me as a physical and emotional punching bag. It does get better once you're out, and it depends on the person if the feeling ever goes away. I've had friends whose parents started going to therapy and they're rebuilding their relationship, and mine is still non-existent. Either way, you'll be alright. I think your mom might have NPD. You should check out YouTube about what narcissistic personality disorder looks like. Hope this helps. As someone that was in a very similar situation with my abusive father. The feeling will most likely persist, yes, but eventually I believe you will see it in another light, because that was self-preservation. There is a very strong culture of, you have to love your parents because they made you, in the world, but the truth is that parents can be just as bad to you as anyone else, and that is very much the case here. What you felt, snap, was the realization that she did not treat you like she should, and speaking for experience. I know how hard that is. I would strongly suggest going to therapy if that is something you can do, and I wish all the strength in the world to you. Hang in there, friend. It's hard, but it gets better. Just leave if you have somewhere safe to go. If not, then be home as little as possible until you go to college. I'm sorry this is happening to you. I think you should probably step over to our Raised by Narcissists and do some reading. Yeah, it will persist. It will eventually give way to indifference, and when you reach that stage she won't be able to hurt you anymore. You may find it kind of empowering and confidence-inspiring. Been there, done that. The feeling will probably stay, and that's a good thing. It means you finally realized she is abusive garbage, you don't need her, you have no mother, never really did. Keep your head down, pick your battles, study your ass off, GTFO to college, and never speak with her again. Gotta ask, where is your father in all this? Why does he let her abuse you? Does she do it to him? Is he a complete wimp, a zero in his own home? Or just long gone? That was your moment of clarity, the realization that it isn't getting better. It happens in abusive situations. The feeling with stay, but change as you get older. For me, it really hurt at the beginning to have that feeling, but now, there's just nothing there, nothing in the void where my father used to be. He is a person, but I don't consider him a part of me at all anymore. We went no contact several years ago and my mental health improved instantly. Stay safe, op. In my case this feeling never went away. And as awful as it sounds, moving the hell away from her was the best decision I've made in my entire life.